Actually, I want this one. Yes, right. Hello. Hello. Standing there. Yes, good afternoon, you all. My scholar already introduced me. I'm in Department of IT, and my area is basically for the data analysis, data gathering part, how to analyze the data. So this is the first one because the whole theme of this event or this event is in present of these three parameters. The first one is the artificial intelligence. We derived that from the applied AI techniques in the area of earth sciences. And the problem generator, you can say the AI is not a solver domain. AI is finding the problems where exactly we want to deploy the particular modelings. So the techniques, theme, intelligence is incomplete without the domain. So we have to understand first what exactly we want or we think about the AI. So this is the combination of the two keywords. The first one is artificial and second one is intelligence. So artificial plus intelligence, the human being, the normal kid is also intelligent, the person is also intelligent, the some device is also intelligent. So this intelligence is depending upon how it will define. So the artificial intelligence is saying that we want to create the intelligence, but this is by the artificially we want to do. It's not a actual, it's not a realistic. It's so the virtual concept is coming, or virtualization of anything is possible just because of the era of AI comes. But if we see the history of that AI always say, the many persons they are saying that what is the origin of that AI, why we want to use AI, but AI is not developed yet. The AI is developed 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ago. The persons they started working on the concept for the artificially we want to do the things. But this is possible only because of the computation power of the systems we have now. Previously, we faced the many problems, many challenges regarding the disk spaces, regarding the processing power, regarding the resources. We don't have this much useful or this much efficient resources. Now we have. That's why AI is in boom. But we can't say the AI is coming now. The AI is already came 15 to 20 years ago. So this is the, you can say, the big gap between that technology and the theme. The theme is saying that intelligent, the system should intelligent, but how? So this how will come out with the help of processing unit. So as anyone will say the answer or say the question for AI, आप किसको credit देंगे? Because today era is everybody wants to do AI. But iska credit aap kisko denge? Definitely we have to give the credit to the storage. We have to give the credit to the processing power. We have to give the credit to the visualization. We have to credit to the problem generations. If there is no need of the AI, then AI engineers will simply sit in their places. They are useless for us. But if there is a need for the deploying the particular model, then this is the generation for AI. Second thing, we want to do that artificial intelligence. The problem is come out in our hand. Suppose I just want to do this in by the clicking event of this, the next page will come in. So this is you can say the task. Okay. So this task we want to assign, and how this task will come in, how this task will fulfill, how this task will process. So AI will giving the problem to us, and we want to find the solution with the help of machine learning techniques. That's why the superset is saying that the AI is the most intelligent section. Second one is a machine learning, and third one is a deep learning. So the maximum student, they are directly going, we want to do, if I'm saying from the civil engineering background, if I'm saying the question, same question to the other students, they just want, madam, we want to apply deep learning. But they don't have a sufficient answer why they want to apply AI, why they want to apply ML, why they want to apply deep learning. So this solution domain, the machine learning is again having the subset. It means this is the deep learning is a smallest unit inside of that one machine learning wants to do, and machine learning is a technique what the AI wants to do, wants to deploy. That's why these three sections, intersection section or the subset section. So we can read the definition. I have taken this definition is from World Wide Web only, because the statement and the one and each and every keywords present in this definition is complete for knowing the perception, for the utilization, for the evidence why we want to do the AI. So the artificial intelligence is a study of devices. It is saying that it is a study of devices that perceive their informant and define a course of action that will maximize its chance of achieving a given goal. Just like I just say, by clicking this one, I'm pressing this. So by pressing this device will activate and it performs the action. So this is not completely intelligent, this device by its own. It is intelligent because the hardware inside of it, the software inside of it, the internal parts and the mechanism want to give the instruction how much time is required for performing the action once I want to click this and display on the board. If this efficiency I will reach after 2 to 3 minutes, it will give the same task, then this is not useful for you. Why? Because it takes more time. Okay, so the AI is saying, AI is giving a problem. Then second thing we have to consider that one, how much accuracy, how much time span, then we can execute the particular things on the particular device. So nowadays IoT is also in boom. It's called the Internet of Things. Suppose this devices, this virtual board with me, I'm sitting in my cabin and I am able to operate this device as a hardware device. Then this is the era for IoT. I'm thinking like that. I'm sitting my place, but virtually, remotely, I'm using this one, and this is operating by me. So every era is just because of COVID. We all aware that one how we work together in a virtual era. Okay, so we have to give the credit to also COVID, because just because of COVID, we all interact with the Google Meet, we all interact with the many virtual platform. So the need is generated. The Microsoft team already worked for that team viewer for this, but it is not knowing to every person. But suddenly the need raised. The COVID raised that need. Then every company, they want to prepare the Meet type of things for a particular executions. So artificial intelligence, you can see, as I told, because it is saying that it is come out in 1950s, but 2010 we don't have any sufficient background for doing this thing. So 1950s, then 1960s, then 1970s. So this era is going, the problem is already generated. We want to simulate, we want to artificially do this task, but the gap between the 1950s to 1990s or 2000 is a 40 years span. अब क्या होता है, once we found the one classification algorithm, आज मैंने किया, कल किसी ने execute कर लिया, कोई gap नहीं है ना, यानी कि generation of the things and the actual work, there is a no time gap, but there is a huge time gap as the generation of AI and the actual use of the AI, because of in that time we don't have efficient processor, we don't have efficient memory management, we don't have efficient hardware, software. So all the supportive things, then only the AI stand. If the hardware person will say just, I don't want to do anything for your computer, then simple software person cannot do these things simply with the help of AI. So AI takes the many help from the hardware devices, software devices, worldwide internet, intranet era, then only the AI we can use. अभी आप ये कर दीजिए कि जैसे हम WhatsApp यूज कर रहे हैं या मोबाइल फोन यूज कर रहे हैं, इसमें आप ये बता दीजिए कि आपने जो मोबाइल में आप डेटा यूज कर रहे हैं वो 1 GB से KBs में कन्वर्ट कर दिया है. The limit of Geo is converted into GBs to simple KB. Are you able to use that your data? No. Then how you can think like that? You will use that AI, that one. The company is giving in a very low cost. Why? Because we have a efficient hardware support. So each and everything of the concept of the hardware and the software, that's only the reason behind for the AI stand alone in nowadays, and everybody wants to deploy this model in their box. And next one is your deep learning, because I have added this deep learning now, because once you say, I know the AI, then the person will ask the question, do you know deep learning? And they forget you know the AI. They just simply say the question, do you know deep learning? Because जिसको नहीं भी आता है उसको क्या पता है कि deep learning can do the things. Why? Because the deep learning is a packed one. What it mean by the packed one? Suppose this is the packing of all these things. Extraction भी कर ले, selection भी कर ले, classification भी कर ले. वो सारा चीज अगर आपको एक पैकेज में मिल जाता है, if you are going somewhere for as a tourism, then they are saying we are giving a package to you. So this is a packed one, is your deep learning, and the machine learning is saying that you want to perform the different tasks. You have to book the ticket, you have to go there, you have to book your hotels, you go and see the sightseeing, you have to find out all these things. That's why the machine learning paradigms is again in a market, and they know very well the human mentality. Okay, so AI is a purely business domain. So AI is deployed in for supporting for BI system. It's called a business intelligence system. कि और easiness में कैसे चले जाए, और easiness में कैसे चले जाए. So this easiness is converted into a artificial intelligence, then machine learning, then third one is your deep learning. So the artificial intelligence is a broad term applying to any techniques that enables a computer to mimic human intelligence. जो काम मैं कर लूं वो सिस्टम कर ले, है ना. अभी आपने देखा होगा घरों पे we just switch on by this device, then your camera will on, your fan will on. So I'm sitting my bed and I want to perform all the activity. So it is saying that one कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं, mimic the human being. मैं जहां उठ के अपना ऑन ऑफ करती, वो ऑन ऑफ अब क्या कर रहा है, एक डिवाइस कर रहा है. तो क्या हुआ, वी आर गोइंग टुवर्ड द कंफर्ट. सो दिस इज अ जनरेशन, दिस इज द नीड, this is the utility of AI. So the first thing you have to keep in your mind, where we can apply the AI, where the problem exists. Can I simulate this problem by using the AI? Then we can. Okay. Second thing, we already discussed these three parameters. So red line only we read one type is based on the classification of AI. AI enabled machine based on their likeness to the human mind and their ability to think and perhaps even feel like human. Yeah. So this emotions is adding. So what is the example for this second line? Feel like humans. What is the application area of AI which shows that feel like humans? Robots. DALL-E is already built that one. In the airport, you can go there. Simply you are going and the one assistant will come, and this is not a human being, they are a robot type of things, and they will carry your luggage. So wo kya kar rahe hain, they are giving the emotionally attaching to you. So AI is saying that thinking aap jo soch rahe hain wo bhi attach ho gaya, and what you feel wo bhi attach ho gaya. That's why I worked in a science, it's called a brain and behavior science. If we understand the brain of someone else, what exactly they want, then we want to easily analyze the behavior of the person. And secondly, we identify how we satisfy them by their brain and behavior. So this is the brain is called a thinking of that one, and behavior is like a feeling of that one. So these two keywords is required for, in the case of that, how we can understand the system purely, then we can deploy our model in that place. So here, because this theme, the sir already discussed something. He has taken the lecture on the how the data we can take over. Okay, so this is the second thing which is essential for data. So this is saying that the definition of the data is anytime, anywhere. If we are sitting here, what is the data we have? What is the temperature of that AC? Is the data? What is the humidity of that one? How many chairs present in that room? How many faculties are present in that room? Then how these things are going smooth. Okay. So the data is about the information, hidden information about the data. So in terms of the computer science, we are saying that if we have the sound knowledge about the metadata. So what it mean by the metadata? Data about data. And data about the data is giving the significant role for conclusion. So this conclusion deriving with the help of how the data will change in respect of the time. So this is the first most important. Once we start our any journey in that area for the AI, we have to understand how the things will going with, how the things will changing in respect of the time. That's why it is called a time series data analysis. So time series data analysis, sorry the font is not present one. So types of the time series analysis, suppose the property of that device after nanosecond it will change. कि अभी ये क्या काम कर रहा है? Backward, forward, ये काम कर रहा है. After 1 hour, its behavior will change. अब क्या करेगा? इसका backward वाला forward काम कर दे, forward वाला backward काम कर दे, तो क्या हुआ? The change in the behavior of the data in respect of the time. Then we can say, we can map, we can fit the model, how the changes will come out with the particular device. But this device is not a dynamic one. This is a static one. आज भी मैं use करूंगी तो ऐसे ही काम करेगा. कल भी मैं use करूंगी इसको तो ये ऐसे ही काम करेगा. Again, it means there is no changes in the behavior of the particular thing. So there we can no need to apply the time series analysis. So where we have to apply the time series analysis? Once the data will change its behavior in respect of time. So you have to find out which things are changing, which things are in dynamic, which things are in mode of that one, some changes in respect of time. Then we can deploy this type of model. Otherwise, there is no need to fit that particular model. So types of time series analysis. Even within our time series analysis, there are different types of model analyzed that will achieve different results. Actually, that Deepak sir already taken the some of the concept behind for the classification, curve fitting, descriptive analysis, exploratory analysis, forecasting, segmentations. I will say something about only the two things, the some classification and the curve fitting, because the curve fitting is required in everywhere. Where? So firstly, we have to, what we want to understand is the data is changing with the respect of time or not. Then classification identifies the assign the categories to the data. Suppose here we have 50 student over there. We don't have now, but we can categorize as how many students they are taking interest in that STTP, or how many students they are just coming by their brain activation. So this we want to categorize into a two different group. So this group already we identified previously. Two bucket we created, the first bucket and second bucket. We just pick one data and putting this one. We just pick second data and putting this one. So this is called a categorization or a classification. We already have a number of buckets. We already have a number of classes predefined. पहले से ही पता है. Okay. So this problem is called a classification problem. We already worked with the data of that water quality, whether the water is a good or not. So how many buckets I have created? Only simple 2 buckets. So this is in category of classification problem. This is not in category of curve fitting or the clustering, because I already know the basics how I want to categorize into a 2 different buckets. Second one is a curve fitting. What it mean by the curve fitting? This is the most important. If you're from a mechanical, applied geology, computer science, IT, so this curve fitting is important because you want to reflect the nature of data, how the data change itself. Suppose here we have 50 entity and 50 entity pe kya ho raha hai? How many times the first person is stand up and sitting, second person how many times stand up and sitting. So this will be the change accordingly in respect of the particular entity. So how many times the next person will come and they perform standing and sitting position. So you can do this by a curve fitting. So this is called, just because you can map the realistic thing with the help of modeling. Okay. So this is the purpose of curve fitting. So curve fitting have to take the help from statistics. We have to take from mathematics. We can take the help from any mathematical models. Probability model also is useful for curve fitting. And next one is a descriptive analysis. So descriptive analysis, it means I just want to see this device with me and I want to describe this. बहुत कुछ जानना है मुझे इसके बारे में. क्या जानना है? कि ये किस कंपनी ने बनाया, इसमें कौन से मटेरियल हैं, इसका कंपोजिशन क्या है, इसकी प्रॉपर्टी कैसी है. Okay, so this is called a, we have a small information, but based on this information I want to generate more information about the particular data. This is called a descriptive one. So what the researchers are doing, is there any difference between the MTech courses, PhD courses, BTech courses and 12th courses? My son is saying that, Mama, आप तो सिर्फ कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ रहे हो, मैं तो यहाँ फिजिक्स भी पढ़ रहा हूँ, मैथ्स भी पढ़ रहा हूँ, साइंस भी पढ़ रहा हूँ, like this. So what it mean? The generalization will convert into a specialization. This is the path from simplest to complex one. समझ में? So this is a era for descriptive analysis. We have understand the property of factorial. Then पढ़ लिया हमने 12th में. How to factorial के लिए हमको क्या क्या कैसे आपको प्रोग्रामिंग करनी है, वो थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ गए, फिर वो थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ गए. अब फैक्टोरियल के लिए जो हार्ड कर रहा है रिकर्सिव प्रोसेसर पे कंप्यूटर के अंदर, उसकी एफिशिएंसी बढ़ा के आप फैक्टोरियल का टाइम कम करना चाह रहे हैं. समझ में आ रहा है प्रॉब्लम कैसे? प्रॉब्लम मतलब एक स्टेज पे कैसे दिख रही है, दूसरे पे कैसे दिख रही है, कॉम्प्लेक्स लेवल पे कैसे दिख रही है. तो फर्स्ट स्टेज वी आर सीइंग दैट द फैक्टोरियल ऑफ 5 इज ओनली द 1 2 3 4 5 only. Second stage we are going that one, how the different methods for it. Third, how we can improve the efficiency of the computer. The simple problem, the computation problem, but still we are seeing in a different ways. So this will in category of that one, descriptive analysis. So PhD courses or the researchers, they are working on descriptive analysis. They will describe the small things in a very huge manner. So identifying the pattern in time, series data like trend, cycles और seasonal variation. कैसे changes हो रहे हैं, क्या हो रहा है, बहुत आपने उसको define किया. That is in a category of that one. Then explanatory analysis, attempt to understand the data and the relationship within it. मेरे को कोई बता देगा ना time कितना हुआ, because ma'am is waiting. Okay, what's the time right now? 3:18. 8. Okay, we have. So explanative analysis attempt to understand the data and the relationship within it. मतलब हम क्या बताना चाह रहे हैं कि एक का दूसरे के साथ क्या है, रिलेशन कैसा है. ओके, तो अब ये चीजें बहुत कुछ सिविल वाले या बाकी स्टूडेंट्स करते हैं. व्हाई दे आर डूइंग दिस वन? बिकॉज as per the effect of one, suppose these two are mechanical devices or electronic devices. क्या है ये? कई समय पे ये मैकेनिकल भी डिवाइसेस भी हैं, कई समय पे ये, जैसे आपका कीबोर्ड है, कीबोर्ड मैकेनिकल कीबोर्ड भी आता है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कीबोर्ड भी आता है ना. तो अब आप क्या कर रहे हैं, यू आर सेइंग दैट व्हाट इज द प्रॉपर्टी वेक्टर फॉर द मैकेनिकल डिवाइसेस, हाउ इट विल इंटरेक्ट विद द computer. If you are keeping this speaker over there, then the echo will generate. It means the mechanical property affects the electronic properties vector. So how these things are correlated with the each other? So we have to explanative analysis we want to do with our work with the help of attempt to understand the data and the relationship within it as well as the cause and effect. अगर मैंने इसको चेंज कर दिया तो क्या होगा, ये कर दिया तो क्या होगा. तो पहले जब स्टूडेंट को क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है कर क्या रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट एबल टू गिव द सफिशिएंट आंसर फॉर दिस, whether they are doing the descriptive analysis. If you know these things clearly, then you say the one keyword, I am doing descriptive analysis, I am doing explanatory analysis, I am doing exploratory analysis. So थोड़ा सा स्पेलिंग का मिस्टेक है, मिस्टेक नहीं है, चेंजेस है, तो बट there is a big difference for the work. Next one is a exploratory analysis, highlights the main characteristic of the time series data if you want to extract the useful things. The next one is a forecasting, maximum one aware for this forecasting. What it mean by the forecasting? Forecasting, it means the things we have not seen yet but we want to see. अभी तक हमने नहीं देखा but हम देखना चाहते हैं. So forecasting is applicable where we don't have a validation for it, we want to predict, we want to see, and this effects we will test after that activations. समझ में आया? जैसे I just want to predict that tomorrow how many students will come at 10 o'clock for attending our session. So we predict by their last 5 days attendance. We are saying that first day 10, second day 5, third day 4, 10, like this. Then based on this previous models, we fitted that one, and we are saying to our scholar Shivangi, definitely tomorrow 5 students will come. So this 5 proving, कब होगा वो 5 की proving? True कब होगा वो? We want to predict, we want to forecast, but these things we are not able to validate at the time of answers. The factorial of 5 you can evaluate, you can validate, but the answer come out from the forecasting you can't evaluate, you can't validate. You evaluate and you count only after the event is happening. So this is a basic difference between the normal things is going and the forecasting. So forecasting is a saying, which type of model? It is called a approximation. क्या बोलेंगे हम इसको? Approximation. We want to approximate. Then the intervention analysis studies how an event can change the data. And last one, segmentation, split the data into a segment to show the underlying property of that one. So time series models, the various types of models. I have the another lecture also tomorrow. I will show this particular models, how it mathematically this models works. So आप कोई भी area हो, आप ये model जो है, this model is derived in the 1980s, I think so. But still this model is a, सभी लोग इसको use कर रहे हैं. Once you find out the random data analysis you want to do, time series analysis you do, then the first paper definitely in front of you as a research article in this keyword is called the auto regression, AR. Second one is a moving average, auto regressive moving average. So those they have not selected their that project titles and all. You just simply write in a Google time series analysis using AR modeling in जो भी आपका domain है. Definitely you will get the satisfactory answers because this is a well defined model and it will take the nature as per the mathematical modeling. तो ये गलत नहीं होगा, कुछ ऐसे ही नहीं बोल दिया गया फेक, है ना. इसमें क्या है, उसके जो डेविएशंस हैं, उसकी जो चीजें हैं, मैथमेटिकली उसको किस तरीके से डिराइव किया, उसके बेसिस पे दे आर फिटिंग द पर्टिकुलर मॉडल. एंड फोर्थ वन इज अ ऑटो रिग्रेसिव इंटीग्रेटेड मूविंग एवरेज. तो दीज ऑल आर वेरिएशंस. किसके वेरिएशंस हैं ये? ऑल आर द वेरिएशंस ऑफ द AR. तो सबसे पहले हमको किसको क्रेडिट देना चाहिए? वी हैव टू गिव द मोर क्रेडिट टू द हु डिफाइंड दैट AR, कि कैसा भी डेटा दे दो AR फिट कर देगा वो. समझ रहे हैं? But it depends upon the degree of polynomial. What it mean by the degree of polynomial? This is a linear one. Y is equals to mx plus c. There is no problem. Simply put, then the straight line you will get, and you predict the next one. How it will complex? If the degree of polynomial is not 1, the degree of polynomial is 2, 3, 4, 5, up to nth. So this model is complex as per the fitting accuracy as per the mathematical model, and it depending upon the degree of polynomial is fitted toward that one in auto regressions mathematical equations. Maybe in a 4 degree of polynomial will fit, the 6 degree of polynomial will fit in my data, because I did my PhD under the guidance of that Naresh Kumar Nagwani sir, and I fitted that model in a brain signal. So brain signal, once you are coming from outside, your brain activity is different. Once you are going back, your brain activity is different. So the switching between the activity and the performance and the action performed is totally unpredictable. Okay. So that's why in my case, 6 degree of polynomial were fitted with my data. So according to your data, you are lucky one. If your 3rd degree of polynomial is fitted, 4 degrees is also acceptable. Okay. So this is the auto regression, a regression model such as क्या हो गया? अगर AR मॉडल पे लीनियर फिट हो गया तो सीधा क्या बोल दिया हम लोगों ने कि a regression model such as linear regression model and output value based on the linear combination y is equals to mx plus c. How many independent variable? In case of that, y is equals to mx plus c. Okay, so simple thing. We just want to get the slope value, and easily we can fit the model, and easily we can predict the particular thing. Okay. So this I will discuss further. Tomorrow I will take again the continuation of that one. And now I call to Shivangi for the next session. ठीक है, मैं स्टार्ट कर दिया हाँ मैम आज नीट उसको बोल के ऑफ कर लेगा. Actually, ma'am is from Canada. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, you come, ma'am. Here, please.
Thank you, ma'am. It was indeed a very knowledgeable session. Now we have with us our next session speaker. I would quickly brief you about the event, ma'am. So the event started on 7th of November, ma'am, and it was held on from 7 to 12 on online mode, and present